It is May the 30th, and we've just come off a bank holiday in the UK. Fortunately, it seems to be my issue that when I have a break for an extended period of time, which apparently to me is 3 days, we come across some issues. I think you may have come across them yourselves, potentially. It's quite a common one if you come out of practice with or out of the loop of your routine. And unfortunately, with routine comes consistency, and that consistency disrupts, or lack of consistency disrupts, the flows that you get into. And this applies to trading as well as other things that you may go about in life, for example, the gym or eating clean and healthy. So for me, this was unfortunately a losing day, a very poor day, poor management, poor psychology, poor everything really. So it's just a self-reflection. We had no data or significant data that was displayed on our trading data terminal that we're waiting on, or should I say economic calendar. And at the moment, we're still waiting for just a push in price, continuing the bullish bias that we have. We actually did tap 174 and even 174 200 today, which is incredible in terms of where we were a week ago, or even 2 weeks ago. We're at 172, now we're at 174. Price is, or should I say GJ is continuing pushing up and up. And if we look on the weekly, without all the noise in the background, we can see previous levels of on the weekly were at 172, and we've overcome that now. So we actually have a lot of clean candles all the way up to 186. Whether or not we get there is a different story, but that's just something to keep in mind. So if we hop on down to the 15, let's have a look at what happened. So today there actually came out some news. The Bank of Japan requested an emergency meeting. This brought a lot of quick or short-term strength to the yen, and they were expecting maybe a rate hike or an intervention, currency intervention, which you've seen before, or some sort of change in the interest rates going forward. An emergency meeting could be in a lot of things. Just brought a lot of short-term strength to the yen, safe haven currency, and also to do with the yen, potentially short-term just strength to the currency. We saw, from my understanding, that nothing came out of that meeting. It was just actually got better buy areas from 173. So if you were fortunate to be on the charts at that time, 173, there was a quick reaction, but you could have potentially gathered some scalps for 173 200 in my opinion. 173, you would have been very quick to the trigger on that one, and I didn't really see any confirms from here. Going forward onto the 1 hour again, I didn't have any trades today during London. I didn't see any real tradable range. You can see we've just pushed down, grabbed liquidity, and then continued up. This was 10 o'clock. I don't trade using 10 o'clock, so we had a push up. Then 11, we actually created the high for the day. And then when I jumped on the charts around 12, so 12, we can see clear new high being made, obviously. So my whole idea when I hopped to the charts was like, we just create a high, we're in a bullish structure. Everything, the sentiment wise, is all towards yen weakness, pound strength. I'm looking for buys. That was my whole narrative for today. And unfortunately, we didn't actually get them at all. Once we create that high, we've actually gone back and revisited nearly the lows that we were at previously at 173. So what does this mean? Great question. All this means is that, unfortunately, I didn't take advantage of the buy, or didn't get any buys validated up to my price point of 2.200 or 174 200 that I was looking for. I was looking for buys from 173 800, which was a previous high broken on the 15. Hop on the 1 hour, and we can see I understood that there may be even deeper pullbacks to 173 600 or 500. And if we hop on the 4 hour as well, there wasn't a lot of clean points of action apart from this 800 point, which also was a rejection, or sorry, resistance previously. So anticipating buys off there. So that was my main point of call, and we didn't get that. And I think, and I know I broke my rules. If we hop over the trading platform, we can see that we had 1, 2, 3 losses, big losses as well overall. Unfortunately, I saw the double bottom of the 800, and we didn't get lucky with that one. I shouldn't say lucky. I just, the market didn't want to play that one out. You know, it happens. Double bottom. I grabbed, anticipating a push up. We didn't get that. That's a loss. This second entry, therefore, is invalidated. I don't know why I've entered that. Like I said, poor psychology, and thus Same again for this third entry. This shouldn't have been entered. We're all entering, you know, the whole plan is you give your trade two chances. First one didn't work out. Second one shouldn't actually have happened because we had no confirms. The second trade idea only happens, for example, in this case, if, yeah, okay, we got one tap, two tap again, a deeper tap, and we didn't break above this consolidation on the 1 minute. Therefore, trade not valid. That second entry should not have occurred. And then thus the third entry shouldn't have occurred because we didn't actually, one, we already took 2 losses today, so this third entry shouldn't have occurred, and 2, we didn't actually get a strong close above this area still. So trying to force a trade, and even with this poor management where I had a bigger stop loss below this zone, I didn't actually protect my capital profits. You know, there actually is a double top here formed at 174. We could potentially have got a reaction, which we didn't close, didn't capitalize, and once again, I guess greed and psychology took over. So going into tomorrow, resetting the mindset, 3 losses in a row is never good for the mindset, but understanding trading is a long-term game, and as long as you understand and recognize your losses, you can improve from them.